What's going on, everybody? It's Mad back again for another gameplay breakdown. This is my series on my take on how to play certain brawlers and things that I believe should be implemented with certain brawlers that maybe the game doesn't teach you about and maybe most streamers won't teach you about. I've seen a lot of streamers post videos on how to play certain characters, and mainly what they do is break down their damage dealing, how much damage their super does, how much they'll do when they heal, and these are all great things to know, but they're very superficial in my opinion. I'd like to break down some videos and really teach you like how to utilize these characters to the best of your ability. If you agree with me, if you don't, that's cool too. I'm here for it. But these are just my takes on it. If you could really help me out, I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody coming by the streams and watching and checking me out every day. But I'm really trying to grow here, so just leave me a like on this video. Comment if you can on what you think I got right, what you think I got wrong. And as always, hit that subscribe button. I really just want to make this a great series and just give everybody some information that they may or may not see with some of these brawlers. Some people, they want to play and think, oh, I can't play that person because they're not meta, and I just have to play the meta no matter what. You're supposed to have fun when you play games, and you're supposed to just try to get better at a game like this that has a competitive feature to it. So I'm here to help you out in any way I can, and I've been playing games for a long time. I just want to help the community, and I think I do have some good takes on some of these brawlers. So let's just jump right into this. I want to start off by talking about the positives of Meg. I think she can be very strong, especially in the right hands with the right team comp. Her powers and her versatility and ability to switch between two forms. She can really take control, and she does a great job at taking control of like areas on the map and holding lanes. She's good at controlling spots and being real, big on the point on hot zone and gym grab. You really want to control the middle of the map with gym grab, especially in her mech form, obviously. And she's excellent at pushing back enemies. She has a very high sustained rate of fire. She reloads very quickly, and her area of fire is wide. The width of her shots is very wide, and they do a decent amount of damage as well. The main downside of Meg would be getting out of her mech form into her base form. She's very squishy in her base form, so you do want to avoid that at all costs. Being in mech form is kind of what you want to do the whole time. As long as you're up and you have, a decent amount of health, you can do a lot more for your team when you're in mech form. However, she does cycle her super very quickly. When you're in her base form, she will cycle that up so you can earn it back very quickly, but you don't want to get in that form too often. An Edgar or a Primo or any kind of assassin will punish you right away when they see that happen. So you want to stay in mech form as much as possible when you play this character. Alright, so I want to showcase what I talked about in the title of this video and kind of what I mentioned about sustained fire just a second ago. Meg is a bully. She pushes people around the map. She doesn't let them get comfortable. She can be hyper aggressive with her attack, and if anybody tries to get close to her like a melee character, she has multiple ways to deal with that. She has a super that does 3,400 damage, and then if they happen to break her mech, they're also going to take damage and take a stun. Alright, enough of me yapping. Let me get into this little clip right here. This is going to be a short one, and then we'll break down some stuff a little further later in the video. Alright, so the second point starts, and you can see the Primo jump out of position. It's an easy kill, 2-on-1. But then I don't just sit back and try to poke. I rush the Juju right away. There's no way a thrower's going to stop me here. I hit her with the super. Easy kill. They win the 1-on-1 the other side of the map. I hold space in the middle, helping our team. It's a 3-on-1 on the Primo, and we score easily. Let's run that back just so you can see it again. You don't want to rest. You want to be a bully with her. That's what I'm trying to say. So as soon as we see space here, the gust doesn't even help me. I just rush toward the Juju by myself. You got to know when you have an advantage. There's no way a thrower in this game is going to be able to take you out by themselves. She moves very quickly. You can just rush forward and clean up the kills very easily, especially if you get close enough to hit them with the super. Speaking of throwers, let's see what happens when I play against two throwers on the same team. As you can see right away, I'm hyper aggressive. I have that bully mindset. I'm rushing right at them. I know they can't do a lot of damage to me. The tick cycles is super, so he ends up pushing me back a little bit, and I end up getting out of my mech form here, but that's okay. I'm not running away all the way. I have about half health, and I'm just trying to cycle it. I'm trying to cycle it as fast as I can. I know all I have to do is hit a couple shots, and I can get back in my mech form. But if you notice right at the beginning of the round, I charge them, push the tick all the way back into his spawn. If he hadn't got his super right there, he would have been an easy kill. It would have been an automatic death. We probably would have scored right there. I know I can cycle it back. Here I am cycling back the mech form. And I'm just, in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to bully these people. They're not going to push me backwards. I'm not afraid of them. I'm going to go forward, forward, forward with Meg. Now, as you go higher up in the ranks, you know, you can't just run forward and just hope you kill somebody. That's not how it works. But you're going to stand your ground. There's nothing to be afraid of. You have 2 lives, you know. The worst case scenario is you go into mech form. You know, ideally your team is still alive. So it's a team game, so you're playing with your team. But you go into your base form, rather, and you just, you know, hold your ground in base form. Speaking of playing with your team, I know the Pearl's coming back to stop that Maisie. So we end up killing her. We get the ball back. We're pushing forward here. There's nothing to be afraid of. I know that they're going to stagger in now at this point. They're peppering me a little bit. I tank that tick head. No problem. The Maisie gets out of position. And now, even with a little bit of health, I'm just looking to move up. I'm looking up, the Sprout's way out of position, and I'm charging him right away. As my health is coming back, I'm still in that bully mindset. Between me, the Kenji, and the Pearl, they can't even leave their spawn, even with the spawn protection on them. Pearl gets a kill right there. I go get the ball. I slap it forward, and, I mean, what's the Maisie going to do? There's nothing they can do. They can't stop us, and I walk it right in. I want to highlight something on that last push after we kill the Maisie. We're coming back. I'm leading the pack here. I know I have 2 lives. I know I'm a pretty decently sized tank, and I have the Jolting Volts gadget on. So I tank 2 Sprout shots at least, and 2 tick shots, plus a tick super for my team. I was the focal point. I was the big body in front of everybody with no fear, right? The bully mindset. I'm here. Shoot at me. I'm not afraid of you. That's what you have to have with Meg. Now, again, when you move up in the ranks, it's not just run forward and die and shoot and just hope you kill people. But that's the mindset you want to have when you're playing Meg. I'm a big body. I have 2 lives. I have no fear, especially on these squishier characters, especially on throwers or, heck, even an assassin. I mean, an assassin can kill you, but they're going to take damage. They're going to take a stun. You're probably going to get a couple rounds of bullets on them. Don't be afraid of them. Now, if you're getting targeted, she is a big target. So if 2 or 3 people are shooting at you at a time, then obviously you need to be aware of that and play accordingly. Always play off your team, of course. But the mindset behind Meg is fat in the middle. She's a great mid laner. She can hold a lot of space, and she has a lot of sustained fire. Her fire is very wide, like I keep mentioning, and she can cover a big ground. So do that. Use that. Constantly shoot. If you get put out of Meg form, don't just run away. Don't hide. Obviously, you want to stay alive, but she cycles her mech very quickly. Her supers come back very quickly. Hit a couple shots and get back in Meg form as fast as possible. Once you do get back in Meg form, you're the big bully. You're there. Constantly shoot them. Even if you're not getting kills, you're peppering them. You're peppering the tanks. You're peppering the squishies. And if you see a thrower out of position, that's time to push them. Seriously. If you're playing in the middle and somebody on your left pushes too far in and you have the opportunity, it's time to go kill that thrower. They cannot stop you. You run right toward them. You can hit them with a super. It's an instant wipe. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did I get things right? What did I get wrong? I'm always open to hear what y'all have to think. I know a lot of the high-ranked people will say that Meg is absolute garbage. I don't think so. I know they nerfed her a lot. But I think in the right hands, she's a very good brawler. I think she's a high-skill, high-reward brawler, and she does well on maps with open mid lanes and choke points. She could safely poke and just constantly keep up the pressure, and that sustained fire is very big. So don't be afraid to play her. Try her out. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you at the next video. Appreciate you listening this long, and y'all take care.